Hello humans, Mr. Bell here with another drawing exercise. We're going to be working on the idea of flowers again, and how to draw them. And this time we're going to be thinking about how to layer flowers. And this flower drawing we're going to do is going to be on the top part of the thing. I want you to leave your page open for flowers that you draw, and then on the bottom of the page, I want you to be thinking about this is where the vase is going to be. So at the first, don't put any flowers on the bottom. I already drew one just for time's sake, and then I'm going to draw one more. So for you guys, I want you to have a total of at least 2 flowers. More is better than 2 though. So if you're looking for that sweet, sweet, outstanding grade, maybe think about adding more than just 2 flowers, but really all you have to do is have 2. I already drew my one daisy. If you want to draw a different kind of flower again too, you absolutely can, but do think about layering these flowers on top of each other. Again, I already drew one, so I already drew this one. That means it's going to be the top layer of flowers because I don't want to draw a flower over it. I'd rather have the one I already have, and then I can draw the flowers under it. So I'm going to put a flower here, and I'm going to make sure the iris part of the flower is close-ish to this flower. I can put it up here if I wanted. I think I'm going to go ahead and put mine like right here in a zone that I know as I draw this, these petals that are here, they're going to be underneath this flower as I draw it forward. And I think I want to angle this one a little teeny bit, so I'm going to draw this more as an oval to kind of help me guide how to do that. Then I'm going to draw my petals. I'm going to do this a little quicker than I did with the last exercise just to get it done. But I want you guys to take your time and make these look pretty good as we do this. So again, making these look real pretty, being really purposeful for our lines. So as I go over here, notice that I stop when I get to this petal because this petal is going to be on top of this petal, so I don't want to continue it. But I'm going to draw that imaginary line. I notice that it does stick out a little bit over there. I'm going to go ahead and flesh this one out next. Same thing, skipping where the petal over it is and continuing to sketch it out. I think it wouldn't see the end of it there. I'm going to go ahead and draw this petal out here. And then this guy, and then this guy. Remember, as we're drawing these two, you do not need to draw all of the petals. You don't have to flesh out the whole flower. Some flowers actually just have fairly minimal, small amount of petals. So I would say that flower actually looks pretty good, but I want it to look like this one. So I'm going to finish fleshing out these petals. Voila. So over on this side, I'm being mindful to, again, stop where I don't want to draw under or over this flower. I want to draw under. And bam. I have me some layered flowers. So I think these flowers I'm going to call good. And now I'm going to work on drawing a vase for this. Okay, so a vase really is just anything that can hold flowers in a vessel. It usually has some water too. I'm going to go ahead and draw one that is clear. You don't have to draw one that's clear. It just makes it a little bit more interesting looking, I think, but it also makes it a little bit more difficult. If you want to have your vase be like maybe made out of ceramic or something like that, that's totally fine. You don't have to draw this transparent part. But if you are in for an extra challenge, I would push you to do it. So I'm going to say that the opening of my vase is going to be right around in this area right here. You want to pick where that hole of your vase is going to be, and you want to draw that part first when you do this. So again, mine's going to be here. So I'm going to put a dot on one side where I want it to be, and then I'm going to put a dot on the other side, keeping it pretty flat right here. You want these to be on the same level. And then I'm going to draw a curved line from here to here. I'm going to do my best to connect it. Remember, it's best to kind of pull your pencil towards you or push it away rather than go back and forth to get those controlled lines. So I'm going to flip my notebook. I'm going to sketch out where I think this vase would be. I think it would end right around there. And then I'm going to draw just a hint of the back part. I'm going to draw this very faintly because I want to be able to erase it. So I'm barely pushing on my pencil when I draw this. You might not actually even see it on camera. But you ultimately want a shape that kind of looks like this. More of a football shape than your flower petals. You want this to look like it is the front of the vase, and then this is going to be the back part of the vase. So this part inside, this would be like the interior of the vase, and it's going to continue down. For your vase, you can make it any shape you want. I'm going to go with a pretty straightforward, just kind of curved bad boy like that. Then I'm going to try to follow that same line, only the opposite on the other side. It's going to end right around there. And then I think this vase is going to have kind of a little stumpy base to it. Kind of like that. If you wanted to make it go inwards, or you can have it be straight, or you can make it a round vase, any shape you want. I'm not looking for you to copy me exactly. But if you want to make it like this shape, that's fine too. And then all I have to do is I have to finish that line up, and voila, I have a pretty good looking vase as it is. I'm going to fix some of these lines. Go back over this. Bam. Okay, so now I have a vase shape. Again, I'm going to do mine clear. You could kind of say, hey, this is going to, maybe there's a pattern on it or something like that. But you don't have to do this part, but I think it's pretty interesting to do this. So remember, these flowers all have stems. So I'm going to draw that hint of a stem right there. Stems are usually a lot skinnier than you think. And then I'm going to continue this down, and I'm going to stop when I get to this part of the vase. So if you are drawing a solid base, you would no longer see any of this stem. Excuse me. But again, mine is going to be clear. It's going to be made out of clear glass. So I'm going to give a little bit of a line here. This will show where the lip of the vase is. And I don't think I'm going to continue it all the way. I'm going to end it right around there. Then I'm going to say this is going to have like a big bright light reflection on it, so you're not going to really see the stem where it is. So I'm going to skip it. I'm going to continue the stem here. Maybe it kind of flows down to right around there, and I'm going to stop. Then I'm going to go back, and I'm going to do the same thing with this stem. Draw it down here. Same thing when I get to that lip. I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to, or I'm actually, this is the back part, I'm sorry, I'm going to just go right over that bad boy, and I'm going to stop there. Then I'm going to continue this stem down here. Maybe this stem goes behind this stem right here. And it's going to curve down. And the reason I stopped here is because I'm going to add some water in here, which is going to basically be following this same curved line to show that this indeed is shaped just like this lip up here. The back part is shaped like that too, and you'll see that line of that water. So I'm going to draw a curved line right there. Then I'm going to finish it off on the back too, because you would see that line in the back, because this is a clear vase. So then I'm going to have my stems dip in here, and then I'm going to end it about in the middle part of where I drew this line. And that is because water, when you see the stems go into the water, it's going to change how the light reflects on it. So it's going to move these stems over. It won't just look like the stem just keeps going down. So I'm going to move this stem over just a little bit, and I'm going to continue it at the bottom of the water, because this part of the water would be reflecting the stem and you wouldn't see it there. I'm going to continue this all the way down to kind of the base of my vase here. Add that little background. Finish this stem. Then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to think about where would it go, and I'm going to move it over about the same distance. And maybe this one ends right around there. I think I'm going to draw a little leaf on this. Then I think I'm going to call this done, and I'm going to work on shading it later. But right here, I think I'm going to add my little leaf. Leaves are pretty easy to draw. All you have to do is draw one line that kind of curves, kind of like that. Then I want you to take this and follow this curve a little bit, only the opposite. So kind of like this. And it maybe ends there. Then I'm going to just add a little hint of that vein that goes down all leaves in the middle. I'm just going to go right there. A little hint there. And that'll tell me kind of where I want to shadow this if I was going to shadow it. So that's all I really want you to work on today is I want this something that looks a little like this. Your vase can look like what you want it to look like. You can use any kind of flower. But if you want maybe the lesser challenge, I would start with daisies.